Hey, this is Rick Casalage, injury specialist from exercisesforinjuries.com. In today's video, what I wanted to go through is a customer question. A question came in, and what it was from Donald. Donald asked, what can I do about my right hip and knee, which were severely damaged last month after I was hit by a car? Do you have any quick fixes that I can do? And the answer is yes, Donald. Let me go through 4 things that you can end up doing when it comes to how to quickly recover from your hip and knee injury after being hit by a car. The first thing ends up being realizing and understanding that you can overcome the injury, and you can even be in a better situation after the injury than you were before. And realize that you can end up overcoming that injury when it comes to pain and when it comes to what you can and can't do. A lot of people have overcome incredible odds when it comes to different injuries and that they've ended up getting, and so can you. Now the second thing, after understanding that you can overcome the pain and injury, is to work on your range of motion. And I'll get Andrea to demonstrate. So what you're working on is you want to work on improving your range of motion in your hip and in your knee. And this is a simple exercise that you can do. So you're sitting, the legs straight, you're going to pull the knee closer to you and then straighten the leg. So you're working on straightening out that leg, you're getting some movement in that hip, and then you can have the hand position in front. That'll get you more movement in the hip and the knee, or you can have it underneath if putting your hand in front of your knee is too much. So I would really work on improving your range of motion. This is one example of an exercise that you can end up doing, because it's really important to get that range of motion back in order to prevent muscle imbalances. And then after you get that range of motion back, you can end up layering down strength, which ends up helping when it comes to overcoming knee, hip injury and pain. When it comes to roughly sets, reps, and time for the range of motion, what I would look at is you can end up doing 1 set to 3 sets of the exercise. Repetitions, you do 5 to 15 repetitions. Time, smooth controlled movement with a good stop at the end position and the start position. So a second or 2. And intensity, you're looking, it's light, you're working on range of motion, just trying to maintain and improve the movement that's happening in the joints of the knee and in the hip. Now the third thing I would end up doing is isolation strength. So strengthening the joints in isolation. And this ends up being a great example, which is like a single leg tubing press. So holding the tubing, straightening out the leg, bending the knee, and pressing. So what we're working on is strengthening the knee, the thigh, and in the hip. So this ends up being really good. We can end up isolating, we can use the tubing, we can increase the resistance of the tubing. And so they're working on strengthening the quad area, so the knee and the hip area. So when it comes to sets, reps, time, and intensity, sets, 1 through 3 again, repetitions, 5 to 15 that you can end up focusing in on. Time, smooth controlled movement with a good stop, so 1 or 2 second stop at the end position. And when it comes to intensity, you want the muscles to be working. You want to feel like they're working, that they're doing something. You don't want it so light that you're not really feeling anything, that it's like a range of motion exercise. The muscles should be working to have to straighten out the leg. Now the fourth thing is to work on your body weight strength. So getting up and going through like a body weight squat. So legs are a little bit further apart, like shoulder width apart. Arms are out to kind of counterbalance you. And then go into like a quarter squat, good. And then coming back up. And then again, this will work on like strengthening the knee, strengthening the hip. And then you can work your way to going deeper and deeper with the squat. Strengthening the knee and strengthening the hip more. So looking at the sets, reps, time, and intensity with this one, you're going to go through 1 through 3 sets as well. Repetitions, 5 to 15 repetitions. When it comes to time, smooth controlled movement with a good stop at the end of position, so 1 to 2 seconds. and the intensity, you want to feel like you're working, that the muscles are working in the knees and in the hips in order to get that movement going. So there you go, Donald. Give that a go. Give those 4 steps a go to help you quickly overcome a knee and hip injury that you've gotten from a being hit by a car. Now, if you want some of my other best tips and tricks when it relates to hip pain, then what I recommend you do is click right here. I have a brand new free report called 5 Tricks That Fight Hip Pain and Tightness. Just click right here. Let me know where to send that brand new free report, and I'll send you that brand new free report right away. Now, if you're watching this on a mobile device, tablet, smartphone, head down below in the description and click the first link, which will end up being exercisesforinjuries.com/hips. Let me know where to send that report, and I'll send you that report right away. Now, if you have a question or comment for me, you can leave it down below in the comment section. And then lastly, hit subscribe in order to get future pain relieving videos.